come with Nola and I as we head to the Atlanta airport to do some prep work for our first plane trip the next day. Our hotel was less than 5 minutes away from the airport. I mean, the planes were just so close, which was great because it made it easy to go do this prep work to make sure that we were ready for our first plane trip the next day at 5 a.m. We started off just having some fun in the parking garage. We then moved inside and just did a little people watching right there. You can see all the people. After that, we went to a busier part of the airport and just worked on some of her skills like orbit, with me, heel, recalling, and stay. We practiced that stay and recall a lot because I knew we were going to need it for the TSA security checks the next day. Also, I am just really happy that I train dogs how to go on each side and how to go from side to side, because that also became very, very useful in the airport as we were walking through it. I was able to move her out of the way of people or things that were coming by and that we didn't have that much room, and it was just a very useful skill that I'm glad that we had in our pocket. And the next day when we did go through TSA, I wasn't able to get it on video, obviously, but she had to go completely naked, no leash, collar, nothing. She was completely off leash, and we were off leash for about 5 minutes while we went through TSA. We then kind of parted off and had a little bit more space where we could do some more playing, and then we practiced our restaurant skills within a restaurant at the airport, which the food was disgusting. I don't recommend it. Then there's us practicing some more downstays and recalls. Again, I knew we were going to need this, so I made sure to practice it a bunch. You can't hear her, but in a minute, an airport employee came up to me and said it was so nice to see a real service dog. And we actually got a few comments like that during our airport adventure this weekend. And that was just really nice and super rewarding. Nola and I have been putting in so much work since the day I brought her home at about 8 weeks old. And it was so nice to see all of that work just come together so seamlessly, and us be able to do this airport adventure so easily with very little headache or hiccups at all. I mean, she was so good, and the trip was very, very rewarding for us both. We then headed back to the hotel, but first I had to get some more food because that airport food just was not cutting it, so I got some Panda Express. And then we ended the night with watching some House Hunters and relaxing and doing a little playing and just getting ready to wake up at 2:30 in the morning for our plane the next day. Bye! Good job, Nola. Good girl. Try not to bump into anybody. Ooh. Sorry. Nola, what do you think? It's snowing. What is all this stuff? What's all that white stuff on the ground? Huh? Oh my goodness.